Craving something tropical, fruity, and extra refreshing? This fresh pineapple mug cake is soft, juicy, and bursting with pineapple flavor. Best part, it's ready in just minutes. It's the easiest way to bring island vibes straight to your mug. Sweet, tangy, and absolutely irresistible. Let's make it together. In a microwave-safe mug, add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, the base that gives your cake structure and softness. Lightly level it off so you get just the right amount. 2 tablespoons of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and just a pinch of salt. Mix them well so the cake bakes up light and fluffy. Make sure there are no lumps of flour hiding at the bottom or corners of the mug. Now stir in 2 tablespoons of milk. Dairy or almond oat both work. 1 tablespoon of oil or melted butter, a teaspoon of pineapple puree or juice, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix it all really well until the batter turns smooth and creamy. While mixing, I noticed the batter wasn't as runny as I wanted, so I added a teaspoon of pineapple puree. It made the texture smoother and boosted the fruity flavor too. Gently stir in your 2 tablespoons fresh pineapple chunks so you get bursts of fruit in every bite. Watch how the batter turns golden and fruity as the pieces blend in. Cook the mug cake for about 1 minute 20 seconds to 1 minute 40 seconds, depending on your microwave. For a quick pineapple glaze, mix 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar with 1½ a teaspoon of fresh pineapple juice. Keep stirring until the glaze turns silky smooth and glossy. That's when you know it's ready to drizzle. Drizzle it over the warm cake, and you've got the perfect sweet, tangy finish. Top it off with a couple of fresh pineapple chunks and a sprinkle of colorful sprinkles, and there you have it. A soft, fruity, tropical fresh pineapple mug cake that tastes like a mini island getaway in a mug. Quick, juicy, and oh so satisfying. Perfect for brightening up your day in just minutes. Don't forget to share your tropical creation with someone who loves pineapple. Craving something chocolatey, malty, and super comforting, but don't want to spend hours baking? This Milo mug cake is soft, moist, and topped with a creamy Milo frosting. Best part? It's ready in just a couple of minutes. Let's make it together. In a large microwave-safe mug, add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is the soft base of our cake. Next, stir in 2 tablespoons of Milo powder for that rich chocolate malt flavor, 2 tablespoons of sugar to sweeten things up, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and a tiny pinch of salt. Whisk everything together so the Milo and baking powder are evenly distributed. That's the secret to a light, fluffy cake. Add 3 tablespoons of milk to keep the cake moist and eggless. You can also use almond, oat, or any plant-based milk as a substitute. 1 tablespoon of oil or melted butter for moistness. And a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract for that smooth, comforting aroma. Stir until the batter is silky and lump-free. The magic happens when it's perfectly smooth. Pop your mug in the microwave for about 1 minute to 1 minute 20 seconds, depending on your microwave's power. Keep this aside. Let's prepare a quick frosting recipe. In a small bowl, beat together 1 teaspoon of softened butter, 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of Milo powder, and a splash of milk. Whip until creamy and spreadable. This frosting is pure indulgence. Gently spread the creamy Milo frosting over your warm mug cake. It melts slightly, giving a glossy, irresistible finish. Drizzle chocolate syrup in a zigzag pattern and garnish with a few chocolate chips. That's it. There you have it, a warm, chocolatey, malty Milo mug cake with creamy frosting ready in minutes. Don't forget to try it and share your favorite toppings. Craving something sweet, cozy, and classic, but don't want to bake a whole batch of cookies? This sugar cookie mug cake is soft, buttery, and topped with sprinkles for that nostalgic cookie shop vibe. Best part, it's ready in just minutes. Let's make it together. In a large microwave-safe mug, add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour for the soft base of our cake. Next, stir in 2 tablespoons of sugar for that classic cookie sweetness, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder to help it rise, and just a tiny pinch of salt to balance the flavors, so the baking powder blends evenly. Now pour in 2 tablespoons of milk to keep the cake tender, 1 tablespoon of melted butter for that buttery cookie taste, and ½ a teaspoon of vanilla extract for warmth and aroma. Stir everything together until the batter turns silky smooth and flows easily. Microwave the mug for about 70 to 80 seconds, depending on your microwave's power. For a quick glaze, mix 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar with 1 teaspoon of milk and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Just whisk it together until smooth and glossy. It should be pourable but not too runny. This simple glaze takes the mug cake from everyday sweet to sugar cookie magic. Drizzle it over your warm cake and finish with rainbow sprinkles or sugar crystals for that festive sugar cookie finish. And there you have it, a warm, buttery sugar cookie mug cake that tastes like your favorite holiday cookie in under 5 minutes. Perfect for late-night cravings or a sweet pick-me-up anytime. Try this easy mug cake and thank me later. Craving something fruity, soft, and bursting with juicy peach flavor, but don't feel like baking a whole cake? This Peaches mug cake is your perfect fix. It's sweet, moist, and ready in just about a minute. Let's make it together. First, take about 3 tablespoons of canned peaches and chop them into small pieces. Keep it aside. In a large microwave-safe mug, add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. That's our soft base. Next, add 2 tablespoons of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and just a pinch of salt. Mix everything well so there are no lumps and your baking powder is evenly distributed. This helps the cake rise evenly. Take 1 tablespoon of your dry mix and add it into the chopped peaches. Stir it together. This helps them stay juicy and not sink to the bottom of your mug. Now pour in 3 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of applesauce or yogurt, 1 tablespoon of neutral oil, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and prepared peach mixture 2 tablespoons. Stir gently. Make sure everything's evenly mixed. A smooth, peach-speckled batter gives you the perfect soft and fluffy mug cake. Pop the mug into the microwave and cook for about 70 to 90 seconds. Let's prepare buttercream frosting. In a small bowl, add 1 teaspoon of softened butter, 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and 1 teaspoon of milk. Mix until creamy and smooth. Now divide the frosting into 3 bowls and tint each one with a tiny drop of gel food color. I used orange, yellow, and green for a fun, fruity vibe. Drop small spoons of each colored frosting over your cooled mug cake and swirl gently with a fork to create a pretty marble pattern. Finish with a red cherry on top, and there you have it. A beautiful peachy treat that looks like it came straight from a bakery. Soft, juicy, and full of sunshine. This Peaches mug cake is the perfect quick dessert when you want something fresh and fruity. Don't forget to drizzle a little peach syrup on top for that extra burst of flavor. When you can't decide between chocolate or vanilla, why not have both? This marble mug cake gives you the best of both worlds in just minutes. It's soft, swirled, and looks like something straight from a bakery. No oven, no mess, just your microwave doing all the work. And the best part? You can top it off with any glaze or sprinkles you love. Let's get started. In a small bowl, whisk together 3 tablespoons of flour. This is the soft base of our cake. Next, add 1½ tablespoons of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and just a tiny pinch of salt. Give it a quick mix to blend all ingredients. Now add 2 tablespoons of milk. Dairy or almond both work, and a tablespoon of oil or melted butter to keep it soft and moist. Finish with a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract to round out the flavor. Mix until smooth and lump-free. Keep it aside. In another bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of flour for the base, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Add in a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and a tiny pinch of salt. Mix everything together so the baking powder spreads evenly. Stir in 2 tablespoons of milk, plus a tablespoon of oil or melted butter. Either will keep it tender. And don't forget a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir until you have a glossy, chocolatey batter. This will give us those rich swirls. Keep it aside. Lightly grease a large microwave-safe mug with butter or oil. Drop alternating spoonfuls of vanilla and chocolate batter inside, layering them up. Take a toothpick or skewer and gently swirl the batters together. Not too much, or you'll lose the marble effect. Microwave the mug for about 80 to 90 seconds. Keep an eye on it as it rises. For a bakery-style touch, in a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of softened cream cheese and 1 teaspoon of butter at room temperature. Stir in 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and finish with a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla essence for that warm, bakery-style flavor. Beat everything together until creamy and soft. Once your mug cake has cooled slightly, spread the frosting generously over the top, all the way to the edges. For the final touch, drizzle chocolate syrup in zigzag style and sprinkle shredded chocolate on top. It melts slightly into the frosting and makes every bite decadent. And there you have it, a warm, swirled marble mug cake with both vanilla and chocolate in every bite. Easy, cozy, and just the thing when you can't pick a favorite. Craving something cozy, spiced, and full of fall flavor, but don't feel like baking a whole cake? This eggless pumpkin mug cake is warm, fluffy, and ready in just minutes. It's like a slice of autumn comfort made right in your favorite mug. The best part? You don't need an oven, fancy tools, or even eggs. Just a mug, a spoon, and your microwave. Perfect for those chilly days when you want a pumpkin treat now. In a large microwave-safe mug, add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This forms the soft, tender base of your cake. Add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar or jaggery for that deep caramel-like sweetness. Next, stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of pumpkin spice mix. Give everything a quick whisk so the baking powder is evenly distributed. That way your cake turns out fluffy instead of dense. Now, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened pumpkin puree for that moist, rich texture, 1 tablespoon of brewed coffee, 2 tablespoons of milk, dairy or non-dairy works, 1 tablespoon of oil or melted butter, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix it all together until the batter is smooth and lump-free. It should be thick but pourable like pancake batter. Microwave on high for about 1 minute. If it's still a little gooey, pop it back in for another 10 to 15 seconds. Let's cool down the cake for a couple of minutes. While it rests, we'll whip up a quick cream cheese frosting. In a small bowl, add 2 tablespoons of softened cream cheese and 1 teaspoon honey or maple syrup. Mix until smooth and creamy. Stir until it's velvety and spreadable. Spread this luscious frosting over your cooled pumpkin mug cake. You can even dust a little cinnamon or add a drizzle of maple syrup on top. It looks beautiful and tastes like pure fall in a cup. And there you go, a soft, spiced, eggless pumpkin mug cake that's cozy, quick, and completely irresistible. The perfect single-serve dessert for sweater weather or anytime you're craving pumpkin magic. Craving something rich, velvety, and a little fancy without turning on the oven, this Red Velvet and Vanilla Swirl mug cake is soft, gorgeous, and comes together in just minutes. Perfect for when you want a bakery-style treat without the wait. Let's whip it up. In a small bowl, whisk together 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is the backbone of our cake. It gives structure. Next, 1½ tablespoons of sugar. A 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder goes in. Don't skip the tiniest pinch of salt. Give it a quick mix to blend all the dry ingredients together. Now 2 tablespoons of milk. Any kind works. Dairy for richness, or almond, oat, or soy milk if you're going vegan. 1 tablespoon of oil or melted butter makes the crumb soft. And finally, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix it all really well until the batter turns smooth and creamy. Make sure there are no dry lumps left in the mix. Keep this bowl aside. Now onto our red velvet. Start with 2 tablespoons of flour. The structure again, just in balance with the vanilla. 1 tablespoon of sugar joins in for sweetness. Next, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder plus a tiny pinch of salt. Give it a quick mix to blend all the dry ingredients together. For moisture, 2 tablespoons of milk. But here's a pro tip. Buttermilk gives Red Velvet its classic tangy bakery flavor. Now 1 tablespoon of oil or butter to keep it tender. A splash of vanilla extract, and of course, 2 drops of red food coloring for that signature look. If you'd rather go natural, beetroot powder works. A smooth batter gives you that perfect soft cake texture after microwaving. Keep this bowl aside. Grease a microwave-safe mug and alternate spoonfuls of vanilla and red velvet batter. Swirl with a toothpick, but not too much, or you'll lose the marble pattern. Microwave for 80 to 90 seconds and watch it rise into a gorgeous swirl. The top should be set but still soft. Classic cream cheese frosting is unbeatable here. Just whip together 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, 1 teaspoon powdered sugar, and few drops of vanilla until smooth. Or try a quick white chocolate glaze. Melt white chocolate chips with a teaspoon of milk and drizzle it over. Gently spread the frosting on cooled mug cake and garnish with chocolate shavings. And there you have it, a gorgeous red velvet and vanilla swirl mug cake, ready in minutes and packed with flavor. Quick, easy, and perfect when you want something a little fancy without the fuss. Don't forget to try it out and let me know which frosting or swirl variation you go for. Follow for more no-fail microwave treats.